Bry's Comics.
That's right, you guys. Comically Correct Comics is now Bry's Comics. We made a name change. We made the switch. Comically Correct Comics just didn't quite roll off the tongue well for me. Didn't quite sit well with me. Bry's Comics, I think, is way more simple, and it just represents my brand a lot better. It's just a guy named Bry. He's a guy. He sells comics, and so Bry's Comics is just the perfect name. New look. Same great taste, just a rebrand, that's all that is. And we have a giveaway announcement. Ethan Merger, congrats. You are the winner of this amazing slab. Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 19, the Sanctum Sanctorum's Comics Scan exclusive cover, ASM 300 cover homage. Just a beautiful, beautiful book. It's got Miles Morales. It's Amazing Spider-Man 300 cover homage. Just an awesome, awesome book to have. So you won that. And I threw in there for you as well a Mark Brooks Virgin variant, the 1 in 50 for Berserker number 1. So you're getting this as well. 9/8 candidate on that one. Beautiful book. And you guys, on this giveaway, somebody actually won. I did the name picker, and it picked a comment, and that person was not subscribed to the channel. So remember, on these giveaways, you got to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment down below. And go ahead and do that for this video as well, and be entered to win this slab, a new giveaway here, Venom 27, the Peach Momoko Virgin cover. This is the first full appearance of Codex. It's a beautiful sketch cover. It's got these these purple tones underneath the sketch. Just a really awesome, awesome cover here by Peach Momoko. And all you have to do to enter to win this is subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, and like this video. So for this video, I went to edit it, and I realized that I had two unboxings that were kind of short, and so I just threw them both together. So this is two unboxings edited into one video. So it's a 50 book CGC pre-screen unboxing, and I changed up the format a little bit. I'm putting prices up on the screen, and we'll see how that goes, so you guys just know right off the bat what I'm asking for these books. If you're interested in any of them, hit me up. Links down in the description for my Instagram, my email, my eBay store. All three of those ways are good ways to get in touch with me to claim any of these books. Obviously, I can't honor the price forever. I mean, if you're watching this video like a year from now, the books are going to be sold anyways, because I'm pricing them super, super fair. And it's a great opportunity for you to pick up some of these books at an incredible price. Without further ado, enjoy the show. Also, stay tuned to the end of the video where I do a cost and profit breakdown. I literally cover every single dime down to the ink that I have to purchase to print the shipping label to ship it out. I don't know why I'm so detailed about my cost profit analysis. I guess it's the OCD in me, but I just don't want to present a facade to you guys and say that I'm making all this money. I want it to be really transparent and honest, because I'm trying to do this as a business. This is a business for me, and I think one of the tenets of having a successful business is transparency and honesty. I want my customers to be able to trust me, and so part of that is not portraying this false sense of profits. And so I take that part very seriously, and it's also really interesting, so you can kind of see, like, okay, and judge for yourself. Can I pick this up as a side gig? Can I do this? How much money would I have to invest? How long would it take? And what kind of returns? And then judge for yourself if this is something that maybe you want to do. But first off, the first book, I'm really excited about this. Got this for cover price. This is Justice League 50. This is the second printing. I remember I got 2 copies of this from my comic shop for cover price, like $5. Maybe that was actually more than cover price. No, $5.99. So I got this for below cover price. I think it was like $5, and I got 2 copies. And then I got this book, the second printing, because I thought it was the first printing. Okay, so I was disappointed when I opened it, and I was like, oh, it's the second printing. No wonder they had it in stock. No wonder it was so cheap. Well, it turns out the second printing was demanding more of a premium than the first print. I guess it's more rare. And the difference is that the second printing doesn't say down at the bottom, and I'll put a clearer picture up on the screen of the difference between the first and the second printing. But this is the first appearance of Jessica Cruz as a Green Lantern. And it's also the first mention of the 3 Jokers from the Mobius chair. There's nothing nothing wrong with this book. This is a beautiful, beautiful copy. And it got the CGC 9.8 white pages. I love that book. That cover is incredible. Talk about covers. This is literally, and I'm not just saying this, one of my favorite modern covers. Captain Marvel, The End. I have a bunch of these, and they kind of trickle through in different submissions because, I don't know, sometimes they get mixed up in the submissions. Like, I may have sent in a bunch of these, but when I send in like 100 at a time, when CGC receives them, they break it up into 25 submission increments, and sometimes they just get shuffled around a little bit. But this is Captain Marvel, The End, CGC 9.8, and just look at this cover. I mean, you have Captain Marvel there, absolutely glowing, and the way how they get that effect in the first place is incredible to me. And I just so appreciate the art on this, that it looks like it's literally glowing, translucent, like electricity in the book, and it's just ink. So I'm going to pull out my phone and see what's going on with this because there's some spec behind it. So this is the death of Captain Marvel in an alternate future reality. It's the first appearance of Irene LeBeau, the daughter of Rogue and Gambit. Gerald Drew, the son of Spider-Woman, appears as an adult. And the first appearance of Katie Barton, the daughter of Hawkeye and Black Widow. And it's also the first appearance of Carol Rhodes, the daughter of James Rhodes. So this book has a lot of potential spec behind it, and it's that incredible cover. I mean, just by itself, I would buy this book because of how cool the cover is. I do believe that I'm going to hold these as a spec for both those reasons. I want to see what 5 or 6 of these look up on the wall together, and I'll just gladly wait until this book either pops off or not. So that I'm extremely excited about. I recently had an experience where I went to buy some statues because I wanted to put some statues up on the wall back there and have some lights on them for display. And I've never bought a statue before. And I realized that I quickly got completely overwhelmed with the process. I'm looking at all these amazing statues and they all look so cool, and the prices, it might as well have been, you know, in French or Chinese. I have no idea if it was a good price or not. And I quickly felt overwhelmed and like didn't know what to do. And I realized that a lot of you watching this might be in the same boat for graded comics. Maybe you want to make a graded comic purchase, but you have no idea if you're getting a good deal or not. You don't want to get ripped off. Nothing feels worse than getting ripped off. And so I just wanted to throw it out there that all of my comics on my eBay store are at or below recent sales. Almost across the board, they're below recent sales. I have scaled up my business so that part of the reason is so that I can offer really good deals to the community, to my subscribers. So I'm just throwing that out there that if you buy something from me off of my eBay store or from my Instagram, you can rest assured that you're getting below the current market price for that book. There could be nuance to this. There's nuance to everything. And so if you're still unsure and you're thinking about pulling the trigger on buying something from me, but you have some questions, shoot me a message on Instagram or on eBay and ask me and tell me about your situation. Like if you wanted to buy this book just because of the cover and you wanted it for your PC, then you can rest assured that the price I have it listed at on eBay is going to be a fair price. But if you wanted to buy this book as an investment or a quick flip or a spec, maybe you want to ask me and say, hey, what do you think the future of this book is? Because maybe this book, this book in particular, like this might be a long-term spec. This might be like 3 or 4 years before we see anything happen from this. And if you didn't know that, that might change your decision to buy it or not, of like just different timeframes for the specs. And so if you have questions like that, reach out to me, let me know, and we'll see what we can do. I have a lot of people reach out to me and say, hey, I want to spend $500 on good investments that I can flip this year. Recently, I just had a guy tell me, I have $1,000 to spend, shipped. What can you do me? What's up, Eli? And I freaking hooked Eli up with $1,000. I think I gave him 8 books, and there was just hot lava fire comic books in that box. I think he can already turn around and make a profit. And I really do think he can double that $1,000 within the next year. So maybe you have a situation like that. You don't want to do the research and you just want to spend $500, $750, $1,000. For bigger ones, that's when I can start doing price breaks. I'll start the shipping's more reasonable. And if I have to invest less time in listing, less time in shipping, you should get the benefits of that by a better deal. So let's see what else we got. All right. We got some more Kushala. I already did an unboxing of this, but there's looks like some more trickling in, and I do have some more going out because this is a hot spec right now. This is the first appearance of Nina. This is Doctor Strange and the Sorcerer Supreme #1. This is the cover A. Be on the lookout for the second print, which has, I think, blue text or something. I'll put it up on the screen. Second print is the money book for this book. But also, this is the first appearance of Nina the Conjurer, first appearance of Kushala, first appearance of the Mindful One, and the first team appearance of the Forgotten. I think this is a really, really good spec right now. Kushala is a Ghost Rider and a Sorcerer Supreme. She has so much going for her as a character. And when she is a Ghost Rider, she takes the form of Demon Rider. And she has a new series that's coming out soon. Some awesome covers for the Marvel Indigenous Voices. I just picked up a bunch of those too for the David Mack variant, which are beautiful. So I think there is a lot of potential for Kushala. Not sure on the time frame of that. There's definitely no news in the current media about her coming. So now would be like her cold key time. Like it's super, super cheap to get in on her right now. So here's another, the variant, the hip hop variant by Juan Doe, not John Doe, but Juan Doe. It's the hip hop variant from Schoolboy Q's Blank Face album. Love that cover. I got 2 copies of that. All right, now this is what I was waiting for and I'm so excited for. Something is Killing the Children, #2, cover A. If you guys haven't seen, the Something is Killing the Children series is exploding right now on the heels of no news. There's basically been rumors since June of 2020 that James Tynion, I think he tweeted or put in his newsletter that he was having some very secret conversations about turning this into a show or a movie, and that they're like that it's, you know, right around the corner. Also, Department of Truth just got picked up, and so that is happening, which gives more credence to that. And just based on the sheer success of this series, it would be absolutely bananas if they did not make a show out of this. This series has like the Stranger Things vibes, which was an incredibly successful show on Netflix, and I think this would be an incredibly successful show on Netflix as well. So they would be out of their minds to not make a show out of this. I'm that confident in it. And for that reason, I'm actually going to hold these books because I got a whole bunch of copies of this. The price right now is crazy. Actually, I want to look up the price. So most recent sale, $289. Lowest listed price that I could find, $309. And I think that this book is nowhere near its peak. I think that this is the second appearance of Erica Slaughter, and as that first appearance gets more and more out of reach, people are going to go to this cover, particularly this cover, because it's so freaking cool. I mean, this blood red, awesome sketch cover, again with the eyes in this series. This is the Werther Della cover. Just incredible art, and that beautiful logo on the back as well. So let's see how many copies of this we got. So 16 copies of Something is Killing the Children, #2, cover A. I picked these up for an average cost of around $17. And we made spec videos about it. I made multiple videos chirping away about this book. Skeff's Comic Knowledge actually mentioned it in our joint Specs with Skeff video. If you haven't seen that, I'll put a link to that up here. A really good spec video. So the first book that we have here is All New, All Different Avengers #9. An amazing spec book, I think, right now. It's the second appearance and origin of the new Wasp, Nadia Pym. Just a really cool second appearance of that character. Cool cover, so it has both those things going on. Super reasonably priced, would be a great entry slab. Like if you're just getting into slabs, this would be a great one. Why? It has a beautiful cover. It's the next gen superhero. Marvel is definitely gearing towards the next gen of superheroes. So it has spec potential, and the price is low. It checks all the boxes. So let's see how many copies of this I have. So 3 copies of All New, All Different Avengers number 9. I do have other copies as well, because I think it's a fantastic spec book right now. Be on the lookout for the 1 in 50 design variant, which is the money book for this, which you can also still get really cheap, especially if you pay attention to auctions and try to time and snipe one from an eBay auction. All right, up next we have Wolverine Black, White, and Blood number 1. Now, this is not the error print. I sent in some errors and they all got rejected. I think it was because color rub that happened during taking it out of the bag. They just taking it out of the bag that I sent them in, they got some really bad color rub, because when I got them back, there was color rub on there that wasn't there when I submitted them. These new Marvel books like this, and in fact, all the Marvel books across the board that are coming out today are printed on incredibly cheap paper with incredibly cheap ink. Damages to these books in shipping is almost inevitable. I mean, it's really kind of pathetic how cheap their materials are. I mean, as one of the leading comic book distributors and providers, why are you putting out such cheap paper and material? It does make a difference. It does make a difference to collectors. Personally, when I'm reading a comic book and when I pick up like a Scout or a Boom comic or an Image comic that has a nice cardstock cover, I don't feel like the pages are gonna just like disintegrate in my fingers like these. Like when I pick one of these up, I know 9/8 is out the window. That I'm gonna have to press it to get a 9/8. Because your fingers just basically go right through the book. It's so cheap. So it's just something to be aware of. But these ones all came back, and yep, I could see some color rub on it, but a little bit of color rub is allowed in a CGC 9/8. It just has to be nearly perfect. So this is the Daniel variant cover, the 1 in 25 for Wolverine Black, White, and Blood. Nothing going on with this issue, just a really cool cover. So 3 copies of that. I got them really cheap. I'll sell them really cheap. They're just a cool cover. Just look what it is, guys. Check it out. Ah, Something Is Killing the Children number 2. Because as you can see, however many copies that is, that's not enough. There's a whole row up there at the top that is not Something's Killing the Children. And of my number 1s that I have, I don't think it was enough to fill out the full row. So now I think we can fill out the full row. Let's see how many copies of this we got. So 3 more copies of Something's Killing Children number 2. Cover A, the first print. If you guys didn't know, Something Is Killing Children is blowing up. I submitted these books. Well, first of all, I bought them all raw, obviously, for on average about $17 shipped. With taxes and everything, $17 is what I paid for these books. Recent sales from last I checked was around $289, with the lowest listed price around $310. This book is just going to climb. And when I submitted this book, it was selling at a CGC 9/8 for around $80. Okay, so when I bought this book, I thought, you know what, I can get 80 for it, graded in 9/8. That's good enough. I'll send it in. And so that's kind of my strategy with this, is when you send them in, you want to make sure that you'd be happy with the current price for a 9/8. And you want to pick books that you are speccing on, that you think will go up in value. And like this one, I did spec videos about it. I was almost certain that this book was just going to go up. It's the second appearance. The first appearance was getting really high. People go towards the second appearance, and it has just exploded. So I'm really happy with this spec, and that is the name of the game. This is like best case scenario of how speculation can go, is you go hard like this and it pays off. All right, so up next we have Something Is Killing the Children number 2. This is the Unlocked Retailer variant. So it says Unlocked Retailer Edition Virgin cover on the label. And you know, I think it doesn't demand as much of a premium. It's definitely a cheaper option if you want to get the second appearance of Erica Slaughter, but you don't want to dish out $300 for the cover A. This is still a great issue number 2. Really cool green colors and hues in this one, and again with the eyes, they do the eyes so well on Erica Slaughter. It's all about her green eyes. So let's see how many copies of that we got. 7. So 7 copies of Something's Killing the Children number 2, the unlocked retailer variant. All right, so up next we have the Recount number 1. This is the retailer incentive, the Brian Silverbacks cover, the Scarface homage, and it says retailer incentive edition, Scarface movie poster cover homage. Just an incredible book. I have a bunch of these. I have faith in this series. We'll see if anything comes of it. It's just hyper relevant, and what it's about is a large group of conspirators that call themselves the Masses seek to execute anyone involved in placing the corrupt president into office, including those who voted for him. So talk about like a thriller, just a crazy read. I'm really enjoying it. And I thought, you know what, this is like a Purge type thing. I could see this as a movie. I think it's a good spec, so I picked up a bunch of copies. So 5 more copies of the Recount number 1, Scarface movie poster homage. And if anything else, you know, this cover is highly collectible just because it's a Scarface homage. I mean, that in itself makes for collectability. So I'll do okay on this, regardless if there's a show. All right, so that's it for this video, guys. Let's throw up some total numbers here. So as you can see, not too shabby. Again, I don't post those numbers to brag or gloat. I just post those to be transparent and honest, and to hopefully inspire some of you that are thinking about having this hobby fund itself. You can do this on a smaller scale. You can do this on a bigger scale. It's totally possible, and there's money to be made, and this hobby can fund itself. But there's a lot of work that goes into it on the back end, and a lot you need to know. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on YouTube, go back and watch some of my other videos. I think I even have a playlist of valuable collecting knowledge that will get you well on your way to having this hobby fund itself. And that's the theme of my channel. And yeah, I really appreciate you guys sticking with me to this part of the video. Don't forget to smash like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and you're in it to win this amazing CGC 9.8 slab. And I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bry's Comics.